Okay, so I'm here, and if you haven't seen on Instagram already, I've got this thing. Now, I just wanted to have a quick minute just to talk about it. Talk about what it is, what my plans were with it, and ultimately my end goal with this car. Now, as you all know, I bought my first car, well, my second first car. But anyway, that's a confusing story for another day. I bought my first car in 1992 BMW 525i, non-Vanos, and needed some work. The reason I bought that car is because I needed something to do. I needed a project. I needed something to keep me just sane in my time of you say, rise or whatnot. And I've been working a lot of hours, so I've been tired a lot. But that didn't stop me from fixing that car. But when I got that car, it was just an achievement for me because it was the first thing I've actually attempted to get on my own with no one else's aid. I did it all by myself, took care of everything, and made it mine. I knew it was like a risk that everything could go wrong, which a lot did go wrong. But in the end, now it's the car I can drive and not have to worry about anything. Granted, even I haven't fixed every issue with it. But with that, I came to the conclusion that I really, really, really love these cars because I don't usually do things out of just, what everyone else says. I go by my experience, and from my experience, BMWs really are like good driving cars from what I heard. I originally wanted to get a Subaru because I heard they're good driving cars, they're all-wheel drive, and they'll perform great anywhere, which was my first option. But that one car, I saw it and I just thought, this car is gonna have its life ended because it was being sold as parts. And I needed a project. I needed something to just keep me thinking, keep me busy. And so I pulled the trigger on that deal and got that car for what? I think $1,000, something like that. And right now I'm daily driving that car because I actually blew up my other one. My Honda Civic. It's gone. Well, it's not gone, but the engine's done. It has a spun bearing, so I can't drive that anymore. And so the 525 became my daily. And that's why I've also not been putting out a lot of content, or really any at all, just because I've been working a lot and trying to balance life and just work and still try to keep myself sane. But time has gone by and I just started going insane again, starting to needing something to keep me occupied. It was something, I don't know. It was something I really, really didn't understand at first, but then I came to the conclusion, if I'm dailying my once said project car that I'm not even done with yet, then what am I going to do at home? And that's where this Z3 comes in. So, not too long ago, I picked this up for, what? I don't think I'll say that much yet. But, long story short, this car, I essentially got another forest find, but I got this car because having to work on the car that you drive every day is very stressful because you need to depend on that car. And everyone else's cars I have to take care of too. So it's not like an easy task. So I got this car with a catch. It doesn't run. And it doesn't run because there's an electrical issue within the car. Now, this is a 1996, so I'm pretty sure there's probably differences and whatnot, but overall, the electrical system in here is kind of eh. I mean, inside the car's real muggy, I mean, and whatnot. It's just full of nasty, and I ultimately think of this to be my project, my next project. Granted, I have so much going wrong, why would I buy another car? Well, if I think about it like this, taking out an engine is already tough enough in a front-wheel drive car. Granted, I don't have all of what I need to do that. In the 525, I had a bad transmission. That was an easier job because I could just pull everything apart and put it back together without having to use anything major and like takes up a lot of space. With a Honda, I mean, you gotta pull everything out, and I don't have a lot of space for that. You can see, I mean, it's crowded in here. But overall, I got this car because it was something that I just felt I needed to do. Something I could have just let go on, and I know I could have. But for me, knowing me, I need to keep myself occupied. So anyway, enough with the story. I'm going to tell you more about the car now. So this is a 1996 BMW Z3. And I got this, some weeks ago. Doesn't run. Powers up and everything. All the electrics inside works, the lights and stuff. I haven't tested the radio. And it also has a window that is stuck. The window's stuck in the, it's glued into the door, you can say. And it leaks water in the car. So I had to park it in here not too long ago because it was gonna rain soon, and it's gonna rain soon, and I don't want to risk having to clean all that water out again. So it needs a lot of work, obviously. And buying this initially, I knew it was not going to be in that great a shape, or that even as smart of a buy, because I mean, I will have to dump some money into this, but end game, I mean, I can still make money off of this car. But I've thought about it for now. I originally bought this just to have like as a small flip car, but now that I think about it, I mean, I don't even think I want to flip this car anymore because, I mean, in my area, if you know, it's like coming across certain cars is just very difficult because there's like nothing there. It's like you go everywhere else, you see them all the time, everywhere. But for some reason, because I live in this area, there's like nothing at all. Even if I wanted there to be, you'll very rarely see anything interesting. Or I mean, granted, there's a lot of other interesting stuff, but like cars that like usually are widespread or used to be widespread are just like kind of like gone. With time, that's understandable because it's like these cars, they're not that new anymore and people move on, which I get. But for me, it's just for something that's so uncommon and just interesting at the same time, but still able to get parts and stuff for it. That's what I wanted. This car was the answer to that. It is a manual, and it has the 1.9 M44 engine in it, so nothing too serious. I guess the only upside to that is that I don't have that crammed 6-cylinder in there. But yeah, it'll be an interesting project. It does have a little bit of rust underneath, but nothing structural, nothing on the frame, just the rockers, the rocker corners and whatnot. And I'll show you here real quick. I got the 1.9 engine. It came with a dead battery, so yeah, has all the fluids, doesn't have any signs of anything gone bad. but the car indeed is actually good. I mean, granted, I did clean it up some before I brought it in here because I didn't want to bring any like rodents or anything in here. Granted, they get in here anyway, but I just wanted to be sure. Because in the garage, usually they're crawling around while I'm underneath the car or something. And I just gotta deal with it because they're not gonna leave till the summer. Anyways, let's stop getting off topic. What was that? This car, I mean, whoever even sees these videos, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously don't have that much of an audience other than the few people that rarely watch my videos. But I just wanted to put this out there. I do want to do a little more videos on YouTube, but with my schedule, with what I got to do in my daily life, that is going to be proven to be a challenge. And while reality has to set in, I'd much rather just live in a fantasy and just slowly do things, even if it takes me 10 years to do this. I wouldn't care because I'd at least have something I'd be wanting to do rather than just sitting around and suffering just for nothing, just to sit there and have no return out of anything I did. And that's just kind of how I felt for the past, year now? Because everything I did, it was worth it at one point. But as soon as I did anything else, like just for anyone else, like things just start going downhill because I have to start taking on my responsibilities. Sometimes I need to go out and help people because they need help. They ask me for help. I don't know how this turns into a rant here, but long story short, it's kind of a stress thing for me. It relieves stress off me. And it also is just something I enjoy doing. Not because of other people, but because of me. And that's why I really like this car. Because it's something different, something that nobody really talks about. And I'd rather keep it that way. Because then I can't get sick of it from seeing it 5,000 times because everybody wants to shove it in your face. But anyway, that's that. I'll stop my rant now and you all have a nice, blessed day.